So let me get y'all more news about Chicago for y'all who don't live in Chicago. So Fridays and Saturdays, basically every location that you go to where people are drinking or allegedly having fun, which we know they're not really having fun, that's why they gotta be drinking. You understand? If you got a drink to go out, you're not having fun. You're just pretending to have fun. If you're having fun, you don't need a drink because you're high off the experience. Believe it or not, guys, my situation, I'm actually more happy than the average person out here who seems they got it all together. I'm talking about the individual who may live in a $300,000 townhome, or the individual living in a $4,000 apartment seems to have the perfect job, seems to have a lot of friends and go out and drinking every Friday and Saturday night. Believe it or not, guys, I am actually more happy than that individual. And I know what the hell I'm talking about because I got 18,000 deliveries and I done been around this goddamn country. I'm actually happy, more happy than these people out here who seem like they got it all together. They don't have it together. You see what I'm saying, y'all? They don't have it. I'm more happy than that individual. I swear to God, I ain't lying. I ain't just making it up. I am. Y'all can tell I am too. Y'all can tell what my mood really is on YouTube. Y'all who watch my videos, y'all know I'm upbeat. You can't fake the funk when you're miserable. You can't fake it, and you damn sure can't fake it when you got over 3,000 videos on YouTube. You cannot fake that you're a person that has joy in their life. I have more joy in my life than the individual out here in these blue cities that look like they got it all together. Mercedes, $5,000 apartment, all these friends around them, going out eating steaks and martinis on the weekend. I am more happy than that individual. Now, the situation in Chicago, all the places, the so-called watering holes, places where people go out to drink, wherever in Chicago, wherever there's a place where, like, let's say more than 50 people gather, there's a police. They have to put a police car there. Guys, I've been around for a while. I remember a time in Chicago where it'd be 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and you wouldn't have a police officer out on the streets like this patrolling. Why? Because that officer is getting sleep just like you, like you supposed to be in bed preparing for the next day. But now they didn't let all the demons, the gremlins, run loose. You can have burgers any time of the day you want. So now you have all this demonic activity. Now there has to be police everywhere because they're letting the demons run loose. You know, and the gremlins, you're never supposed to feed them after midnight. They didn't feed all these people after midnight, and now you got a bunch of spikes running around. So of course you're gonna have to have police. I remember in Chicago, whereas you didn't see police cars out on the street at 3 or 4 in the morning because, again, they're sleeping, preparing for their next day, right? And that's not to say you couldn't call the police. Like, let's say it's 1987, right? Something's going on. The policeman that you will call that will actually probably respond to the location is some dude chilling at the office with his feet up on his desk, who's damn near taking a nap, almost snoring. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Chicago's dangerous now, guys. And I told myself when I left New York and came here, I told myself I was gonna keep an open mind about my hometown, and I was gonna keep an open mind, and I wasn't gonna judge prematurely about how dangerous it is. You know, because I don't want to. I'm not the type of individual to be mind controlled by what the news saying. But this thing about Chicago being dangerous don't got nothing to do with gangbangers and black folks. I'm talking about, no, this city is dangerous, period. No matter what race you're talking about. You can't even go out to enjoy yourself in Chicago, y'all. I told y'all, I don't even want to go out. The only thing I'm probably gonna do, so-called going out, is going to a steakhouse downtown pretty soon with my cashmere coat on, because I want that damn burger on a pretzel bun, the real beef burger, not a burger. I'm gonna have a beef sandwich, not a burger. Y'all already know what a burger is. I don't have to keep saying that. It's not a burger. I'm going down there to have a steak sandwich or a beef sandwich from a cow. It's not a burger. But as far as like trying to go out and think you're gonna have a good time in Chicago with cop cars flashing all lights everywhere you go, because more than 25, 50 people are gathering in that area, it's dangerous. So that means that Chicago is now a place where criminals are lurking. People cannot congregate here anymore because if there's not a police car on that block, chances are that place might get shot up or a bunch of people might get robbed or killed or women harmed. It's dangerous, guys, in Chicago now. Okay? And like I said, I was going to keep an open mind before I made my decision. But when you cannot protect yourself, and there has to be a police car everywhere there's a watering hole and more than 25 people are gathering, that city is dangerous. And again, the fact that you are a person paying taxes in a city like this and you can't protect yourself, that's very foolish. That's very foolish to live in that place. Unless you have to stay there, that's understandable. But if you can leave, you have to get the hell out of that place, Blue City. Yes, Chicago is dangerous. Also, I want to talk about the streets. A place where the taxes keep going up. People who own homes, their property taxes go up every year, and that's how you know people don't really own their homes. It's all an illusion. If people actually own their homes, y'all know how many homes would be in my family. None of the children would have ever had to pay rent if there was a such thing as home ownership. It's crazy as hell, y'all. I told y'all, y'all already know the definition of insanity is doing the same shit over and over and over, and it don't work. It don't work. But people would rather call you crazy for bringing it up for telling them the truth that the system, it doesn't work. They get mad at you because they want to stay in their illusion. But last thing I'm gonna say about Chicago, so they're raising all the taxes. Everybody know about that, especially the homeowners. Guys, let me tell you something. When you're driving down these streets in Chicago, in the city, you have to drive doing zigzags. The streets are that messed up. You can't even look like ahead of you. You gotta do zigzags. That's why I make my most money after midnight, because I have to, like, the streets are so bad, I gotta zigzag around holes. And when I look in my rearview mirror, the person behind me doing the same thing. Now the problem is that these places like Chicago, New York, they get too much precipitation. That's actually a punishment. I got a video about that. It's a punishment when your city streets are getting messed up like that. That's like your infrastructure is breaking down and they're not fixing it fast enough. You should not be doing zigzags in the streets in a place like Chicago that has the highest taxes, one of the places with the highest taxes in the country. But you're doing zigzags down the street. I told y'all there's streets better in Cambodia, that so-called third world. Now in Chicago, this is third world. I mean, these streets are jacked up, y'all. I'm not even exaggerating. I wish I was. Like I told y'all, I was gonna wait to make my final case about what's going on in Chicago, and I'm spilling the beans right now. Yeah, I'm telling y'all what it is. It's dangerous. Okay, if you live in an apartment building, you sign a lease. That's dangerous too. You know why? Because you got people spotting out everything you're doing. It's not safe to live in an apartment in Chicago. It's not safe to do a lot of things in Chicago that used to be that I used to consider normal. It's no longer safe. It's not safe, y'all. They let the criminals out in places like Blue Cities. They run amok. They run loose, and they're just looking for a victim. That's what we're dealing with here. But these streets, oh my God, y'all, man, there's some side streets. There's some streets you go down that be, so-called side streets. Guys, the street is like, it feels like it felt like I'm in freaking Mogadishu or something. I don't know what the hell. This is like, how can this be a first world country and I'm going down this street and my organs are just moving all around, and I'm bouncing all up. And I mean, oh my God, insanity, y'all. Yeah, Chicago's fucked, man. For real, for real, for real.